I'm not threatening you. Say one more word, and that's 30 days. 30 days.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Sovereign Citizens Hall of Fame with your boy TP. Today, we will be courtroom hopping into the courtroom of Judge David Rick out of the state of Kansas. This will be my first time hopping into his courtroom. And we're also going to have a second proceeding where we will also be in the courtroom of Judge Brantley Clark out of the state of Florida. These two judges have two sovereign citizens before them. I am interested in seeing how they handle them and what they have to say. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump into these two proceedings.
Okay, why is there a Juan Flores on this meeting? There's no response. Okay, whoever is Juan Flores's box is muted, so I'm not hearing anything. They can unmute themselves if they've got some business with this court.
Hi, Judge. I am Counselor Flores, and I am resident McLaughlin's counselor, and they have him here right now.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Yep.
Jesse Travis McLaughlin.
Yeah.
It's the state of Kansas versus Jesse Travis McLaughlin. It's case number 2024 CR 397. Mr. McLaughlin appears from a Hutchinson Correctional Facility Zoom location. Brett Sweeney appears for the state of Kansas. Mr. McLaughlin, I have before me a charge of battery against a law enforcement officer, a level 5 person felony. Since a felony is involved, you will not be asked to plead at this time. Rather, a preliminary hearing scheduling will be made before your assigned judge, which is the Honorable Jan Satterfield. Judge Satterfield's next docket for that purpose would be April 7, 2025, 2:30 p.m. You must fully participate by Zoom in Judge Satterfield's docket at that time, April 7, 2:30 p.m. I trust, Mr. McLaughlin, that you, being in prison, don't have the financial resources to hire your own lawyer.
That's all right. I can represent myself.
Okay, well, you can take that request up with Judge Satterfield. At this point,
Every
in
man
the
must
abundance
speak
of
for
caution,
himself, Your
I will
Honor.
appoint a lawyer, and then you can, before Judge Satterfield, properly conduct a proceeding if you really do want to
Point
represent.
of order. What gives you jurisdiction to appoint a lawyer over me?
I have statutory authority to do so. So, Mr.
So
McLaughlin,
what
I'm
gives
going to
you
appoint a lawyer at this
what
point.
gives you jurisdiction over me? You must establish jurisprudence as a point of order.
I'm not going to play your sovereign citizen gibberish game.
I'm not a sovereign citizen, sir.
All
I'm not a
right.
sovereign citizen.
You sound like one.
Well, I'm not.
All right. I assure you I have jurisdiction. So we've got a court date set before Judge Satterfield. I'm going to appoint James Watts at this point to represent Mr. McLaughlin, noting he's made a request to represent himself. Again, that's to be a matter taken up fully before the assigned judge, Satterfield, at the hearing date on April 7 at 2:30 or some later time. And the court will set a $5,000 cash or professional surety bond, though obviously it's not going to affect his current incarcerated status. All right, bond set, attorney appointed, court date established on Judge Satterfield's calendar. Anything else we need to address at this time, Mr. Sweeney?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. McLaughlin? Apparently not.
Yeah, you need to address the point of order. As a
I've
first
addressed
point
all of
order
the
in
points
court
of order
the
that I'm
first
inclined
thing
to address
you must
today.
do is establish
Mr.
your
McLaughlin.
jurisdiction.
The McLaughlin matter is currently in recess, and we'll move on to another matter on the docket.
I object to moving on in any manner.
Objection noted and overruled, Mr. McLaughlin. All right, let's move
Request a
on.
copy of-
Then.
I
Thank
request
you
a
to
copy
the
of the
Hutchinson
minutes,
Correctional Facility.
transcripts, these proceedings.
We can go ahead and take him off the meeting at this time.
Well, guys, we've come to the end of this first proceeding. And as we could see, Mr. McLaughlin, he had a little arrogance to him. You know, he tried to get a little brolic and stick his chest out, but obviously Judge Rick wasn't having it. He told him, you know, listen, I'm not going to deal with this sovereign citizen gibberish. Who knows how this is all going to play out. If we get any updates on this particular case, we will definitely share it with you. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this second proceeding with Judge Brantley Clark.
Last week, the out of custody pretrial, because he wasn't able to get to Panama City.
Okay. Come on up, Mr. Williams. Okay.
Judge, he had been offered a pretrial intervention. We had supplied that to him, and I'm not sure what his intentions are. All right.
You understand a pretrial intervention is an agreement you have with the state that's basically supervised by the probation and parole, and then the case is dismissed if you successfully complete the that term.
Could you repeat it?
Pretrial intervention is a program that's offered by the state, and it's supervised by the Florida Department of Corrections. It's like probation, but it's not probation. It's an agreement that if you successfully complete the pretrial intervention, the state drops the charges against you.
I spoke with my public defender and he gave me the terms and the things that I have to do, and I didn't agree with him.
Okay,
And I don't understand.
sir.
I don't understand. So like the charges would be dropped.
If you successfully.
If you did all those
You have
terms.
to abide by those terms and conditions, and the case would be dropped.
Could I ask a couple questions?
You can ask Mr. Meredith.
I did. I mean, I spoke with him shortly. I didn't really get all I really spoke of, what we went over was the terms.
We had several phone conferences that were scheduled.
Yeah, we missed a lot. Due to the time difference.
Sir?
I said, but we missed a lot due to the time difference.
He was on Eastern time and he would call an hour late.
I mean, a pretrial intervention is about as good as it gets. If you can take it or not take it, are we ready to set it for trial?
Yes, sir.
I don't want to do trial.
Well, then Mr. Meredith has done exactly what he's supposed to do for you. He's got the very best deal worked out for you. If you abide by the terms and conditions of the pretrial intervention, the state will dismiss the charges.
So the charges are brought upon me are by the state.
Well, who do you think brought them?
I thought I had a party.
Huh?
I thought it was an injured party.
The injured party, aren't they dope cases?
What is the jurisdiction of it? Is it criminal or
I
civil?
don't think you're near as smart as you think you are.
I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, you're not. Your possession of a controlled substance, giving false name, causing adverse effect. I guess there could be a victim on that. And resisting officer without violence. So, I don't know anything about the case, but it looks like you might have got a false, gave somebody else's name.
You just told me that the state was the.
The state's the only person who can charge you. Nobody else can charge you. It's the
Oh.
state. The victims can't charge you. They're just the alleged victims. They can't charge you. They can't do anything except make a complaint. But you've got offered a pretrial intervention. If you do the pretrial intervention, the state will drop the charges against you. If you don't meet the pretrial intervention, you come back to court and you start your defense again.
I don't wish to argue the facts.
Let's set it for trial.
Yes, sir.
We'll set it for May 5th at 8. Let's set it for June. What was that June date? June 2nd at 8:30. And it will be May 23rd at 1:30 for trial management.
Okay.
And if you change your mind and want to enter the pretrial intervention, you probably need to discuss that with Mr. Meredith. But remember, he's on Eastern Standard Time. Okay?
I'm on
He's
Central.
Central Standard Time. You're on Eastern Standard Time. Okay? If you'll step over and sign a notice. Safe trip back to Gainesville. Step right over here and sign a notice, sir.
Well, guys, we've come to the end of this second proceeding dealing with Mr. Williams. And this is an interesting one. And I guess it just speaks to just those that have the sovereign citizen mindset, you know, that's trying to use the sovereign citizen lingo, just walking down that whole sovereign citizen path. You know, it's always that shooting yourself in the foot thing that I think about when, you know, I look at some of these guys and ladies that are spewing the sovereign citizen lingo. As you can see, this guy, all he has to do is his pretrial intervention and the whole case will be dismissed. The charges will be dismissed, but yet he doesn't want to do that. So his second option is to go to trial, right? But he doesn't want to do that either. So it's like, well, what do you want? And obviously that's just the charges dismissed how he sees fit and how he wants them to be dismissed. But as we can see, that's not happening. He, you know, it's either like Judge Clark said, either you're going to go ahead and do the pretrial intervention and get the case dismissed or thrown out or you know, get the charges done away with, or, you know, you're just going to have to take it to trial and try your best with your sovereign citizen lingo that way. So once again, another case that we will keep up with. If we get any updates on them, we will definitely share it with you guys. And with that being said, guys, this is Sovereign Citizens Hall of Fame. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video. It is much appreciated. This is Sovereign Citizens Court, guys. And for now, Sovereign Citizens Court is adjourned. Thank you, guys, and God bless.